This six-storey building came down on Monday morning, injuring one person in the neighborhood. Residents blamed Kampala Capital City Authority for not reining in the owner, who was working at night to avoid surveillance. Officials of the Uganda Institute of Professional Engineers have made an on-the-spot assessment of the site to ascertain what could have caused the collapse.
There are three things that we are looking at doing. One is to establish which engineer was responsible, and also to establish whether actually the client of this structure used a professional engineer or not. Because if he did, the person who was in charge was not a registered engineer, then he broke the law.
The engineers noted that some of the materials used on the building were substandard.
The stones used for the structural members, like the columns and the beams, were a larger size than expected, and also the crushing. I think most of them were crushed by hand, which don't create a good kind of stone to bind the aggregate and the cement.
The site engineer is on the run, and the Engineers Association is warning that if found guilty of professional negligence, the engineer would pay the ultimate price.
There are a number of things we can do. Give him sanctions, we have to expel him from the institution, and even to ask the Engineers Registration Board, which is a government body, to remove him from the register. And of course, there are other things which can be looked out legally. I mean, if you cause a lot of financial loss to somebody, I think legally you take some kind of responsibility.
Over the years, a number of buildings have collapsed in the city and others across the country, leaving scores of people dead and many others injured. In 2011, a storied building being constructed came down in Bukoto, in Kampala, though no death was registered. In 2012, another building under construction along Nasa Road gave way, killing 2 people and injuring scores. And in the same year, a building in Chiembe, in downtown Kampala, also collapsed, killing 1 person. In 2008, the retaining wall of the NSSF pension towers on Lumumba Avenue also collapsed, killing at least 10 workmen.
It has come out that actually the people who were employed by the clients to act as engineers are not registered engineers. Okay? So we are proactive in that we tell the people that use the professional engineers, because the professional engineers go through a systematic training